Oftentimes, sports and religion are not thought of as going hand in hand, but Religion 103 has truly changed my perception of the two coinciding. When we look at the two and their similarities, it's actually quite easy to see once we look deeper into the values and concepts that correspond with both, especially combat sports such as Muay Thai. Some of the biggest values that are present in religions are faith, honor, steadfastness, respect for yourself, respect for your fellow man or woman. If you take a deep look at any sport, but especially at combat sports, all of those values are intrinsic. Faith in oneself during a match, honor for your team, your coaches, the venue, and the fans, steadfastness in the face of adversity in the ring against your opponent, and respect for your opponent and the opposing corner are all vital and ever present in Muay Thai. Many people have a negative view about combat sports, with some spectators and sports analysis referring to it as human chicken fighting. But what that does is nothing but take away from the hard work put in by these young men and women and the amazing spiritual condition of the sport. Wai Khru Ram Muay, sometimes called just Wai Khru or Ram Muay, is an integral part of every Muay Thai match. Ram Muay represents and signifies many things, both from the past and future. It began as a form of respect in ancient times that was performed in front of kings and higher people and rulers before fights, but it went on to signify much more. Ram Muay is also a way that fighters show remorse for the violence that they are about to commit in the ring, similar to confession in Catholicism. The ritual is also a way of thinking and showing respect to the fighter's corner, which is comprised of his trainer, striking coach, and usually a conditioning coach. Not only is it a form of respect, but the ritual is also an indication of their fighting styles, such as styles and techniques differ depending on the region and the fighter who he trained with. Wai Khru Ram Muay is a literal translation as well. Wai translate as an indication of respect, meaning it is meant to signify something or act as a symbol. Khru means teacher, so when you add the two, Wai Khru or respect of teacher, you get one of the aspects of the ritual. The part that is meant to show respect and the love of your trainers or teachers and the gym in which you train. Ram means ancient dance, as an ancient dance is served similar to the Maori haka to intimidate and show your skills and strength, and again your fighting style. And Muay means to box. So when you put all of it together, it translates to what the ceremony is really trying to represent. Respect for your surroundings, the sport, and a dance that is meant to signify a greater power. Fighters in general show a lot of spirituality, but Muay Thai itself actually incorporates it, unlike many other fight sports such as boxing. Prior to the bell of the first ring, fighters travel to each corner of the ring and bow their head 3 times and pray to get closer to God, for their safety and victory, and for the safety of their opponent. How is this a religious ritual, you may ask? Aside from the actual prayer to God, whether it be to Allah, God, or any other deity, because fighters do come from all walks of life, this is the part of the ritual where fighters are connecting with God. The Wai Khru is similar to playing lacrosse for the Haudenosaunee. It literally is their way of getting closer to God. In addition to the ritual being their way of getting closer to God and incorporating prayer, this is the time when fighters reflect on the various values and morals of the sport and life. By praying for their safety, they pray to be their brother's keeper, and they pray for the health of all, values that are seen across every faith. Something that is extremely difficult to verbalize or quantify in this sport is the love and spirituality that is demonstrated by fighters. Knowing that your single goal is to inflict damage and physical violence on the opponent, it is amazing to see them pray for each other's safety. But the best show of spirituality is after the fight. Even the most ferocious opponents come together after a fight to thank one another and show love to one another, and anyone who has seen or participated in a fight sport match can attend to this. The dance serves as a spiritual ceremony that actually allows fighters to get closer to God. It elevates them to a higher purpose, especially during this time when they know that they might get hurt. To me, the Wai Khru is truly symbolic of the spirituality that these men possess, and it shows how close they really get to God.